guys.
Wait, are you sure we're recording?
No.
There's one jelly baby.
Oh, shut up.
Last one.
Last jelly baby. Hi guys. I'm here today with my friend Brian, who
Greetings.
you've either seen in another video before or you haven't. One of the two.
Or you will.
Someday. He'll probably be wearing the same shirt. But we're actually specifically wanting to talk about Peter Capaldi as a doctor.
Yes.
We are now into we've seen up to episode 6 of season 8. Is he 12? Does it
Sure,
matter?
why not?
I mean, I don't think it matters. And I know people got really upset, like, oh no, he's 13 because of the war doctor.
But there's also 14 if you count the tenants, second regeneration.
It becomes as coming after Matt, as coming after the younger doctors.
Yes.
Where are you? I love him.
I am a big fan of the idea of so far the new Who, the 2005 on, has all been pretty young gentlemen.
Young, attractive
chaps. Gentlemen. Which is fine. I'm not laying any judgment down on the fact that that's been the case.
And if you do, you can angry comment below.
But I do love that idea of that's kind of been the established trend, and now we're going to go in a different direction, and kind of acknowledge that this old man who's been around for a really long time was kind of putting on a pretty face on purpose on some subconscious
I like that.
level. Yeah.
I like that idea a lot. And one of my favorite moments in the first episode was when he said to her, "I'm not your boyfriend."
Yeah.
And then she said in response, I never said you were, but the best part of that was when he said, it wasn't
for you.
It wasn't necessarily for you.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the relationship between the first Doctor and Susan, his granddaughter, which I'm liking, and I enjoy the way he kind of ribs on Clara, and like he doesn't see her as a pretty face, as this pretty girl.
Every companion, for the most part, since Eccleston and Rose has
had some sort of infatuation,
sort of like
or there's
subtext,
a possibility of there being that romantic thing.
There's some kind of romantic tension at some level, explicit or less explicit.
I mean, except for Donna. I feel like she was the only one.
Donna is just awesome. That's
the best.
Just fucking the best.
Angry comments below.
No, you talk shit about Donna, we're gonna go.
I was super excited when they announced him. I'm a huge Capaldi fan. I loved In the Loop. If you haven't had a chance to see it, he plays very angry Malcolm Tucker, cusses a lot, which is hilarious. And I really enjoyed him in The Hour, and then when they made the announcement, that was my little thing. I was a little upset because I was like, that means The Hour is never coming back for realsies now, and it made me sad because I really like that show.
I'll leave it to you to find a way to be upset at this amazing announcement of the show that you love more than any other show.
But The Hour was really.
But it's still, it means this other show.
I like TV. TV's my life. But no, I was really excited as Capaldi because I wanted something different. I felt like we kind of done the young, hot, cute guy, and we've done it. It's done. I was excited to have something different, and I think that there's a lot of reasons why the Doctor had to become old.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of I think there's a lot of fandom reasons, real universe stuff, and I think there's a lot of story reasons why it makes sense.
Because the 50th had to have changed him because he learned Gallifrey's still out there. He now has a mission. It's no longer just a guy playing around the universe, fixing things. It's now about a guy with a mission. Yeah. So I think that he had to become more serious. He couldn't be the pretty face that he was. Yeah. So I'm loving on Capaldi. I know that there was a little bit of rough on those first few episodes, but I really think in the last couple with Listen, with the caretaker, we're really starting to see who Capaldi is and what he's bringing that's going to be different.
And I think some of the material that he has is still a little questionable at times. It's a little Moffat-y. Angry comments below. But even with the most questionable materials, in the moment, he's knocking it out of the park every single time. On top of that, he's Scottish, which I love that they let him be Scottish. I know David Tennant's probably like, why? But I'm excited that he's Scottish. I actually think, and this is just a personal thing, I think that it's kind of nice because the last person he thought about was Amy Pond, who was Scottish, that the Doctor then became Scottish. And I think that that's a nice little link to the Ponds. And to Amy, who meant so much to Eleven, even if she's not my favorite.
Your favorite or my favorite companion. Angry comments below. That's our thoughts on Capaldi as the new Doctor. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. You can comment, tell me what you think, tell me I'm wrong.
I don't personally care.
He really doesn't.
I care. Tell me how. She'll tell me.
I'll tell him, and he'll be really excited. His name's Brian. You can yell at him directly. Alright guys, well thank you so much for listening. It's been awesome, and We'll talk to you later. Bye. Hey guys, so as internet video watchers, you might be familiar with the videos of Ryan versus Dorkman. They are lightsaber battle videos, very, very, very popular. Ryan versus Dorkman 2 as well. And some of you may already know, but Michael Scott Dorkman, who is a friend of Brian's, was in a very bad accident this last week. He was walking down the street and was hit by a car. And he's currently in the hospital, and it looks like it's going to be a long road to recovery. A couple of his friends set up a GoFundMe page, which I'm going to link to down below in the description. And we're just asking if anyone is able to give, even just a couple bucks. It would be awesome. If you can't give, if you could share the GoFundMe page, that would also be amazing. Because it's going to be a rough.
It's going to be it's going to be a long road, hard road for him. So if you've seen those videos, if you know and enjoy them, they worked really hard on those videos, and Mike is a great guy who works really hard. So if you can, please, just a couple bucks or share the page. That would be great.
All right. Thank you guys. You're awesome.